Happy Friday morning, everybody. I just want to say really quickly a big thank you to everybody for your messages and your emails. I'm okay. I'm just really tired. We still have no power. And so this is what, day 7 or day 8, something like that. And the thing that's keeping me sane is making these videos so I'm not just sitting and sweating in the house. Let's just jump in and cover what we have for today, shall we? Let's go. We're going to start with some quotes made by Tom Quinn, who has become the Sussex's mouthpiece. And basically, he put out, there's a puff piece, which is basically nothing but threats. Meghan has strategically going to hold off on her memoir, for the sake of peace. Meghan is going to do a tell-all sooner or later. Am I missing something? What was the Oprah show? What was the cut interview? What was the me you can't see? What is all of this if it's not her truth? Just remember, her truth is not the truth. It's her thoughts from her point of view. And after all the lies that she and Harry have already been caught in, I can't believe anybody would want to listen to anything. I told you before that she was threatening. She was putting out a threat. There you go. She's threatening. And I believe this is happening because of the whole bullying thing. And now people are starting to compare her to her good friend Ellen DeGeneres, which is really I agree with this article, it is a cautionary tale for Meghan Markle, because Ellen's reputation has never recovered from those allegations that she was not a nice person to work for. Ellen has come out and addressed how her show ended after the allegations that she had a toxic workplace. So for those of you who don't know, she did a stand-up tour at the Largo in Los Angeles. And that took place in April of this year. And during that tour, she joked about getting kicked out of show business for being mean. Well, her bullying was reported in People magazine. There ended up being an investigation. They fired 3 top, producers. Ellen had to issue an on-air apology, and she said she was unaware of what was going on behind the scenes, but since she was in a, quote, position of privilege and power, she took responsibility for what happened, and the show never recovered from the scandal, and it ended its 19-year run in May of 2022. And Ellen became really the bad guy because new allegations continued to drop over and over and over again. Now, some people spoke out, like Leah Thompson from Back to the Future. She said that Ellen's mistreatment of others was common knowledge. Brad Garrett also spoke up and said he knew of more than one person who was treated horribly by Ellen DeGeneres, and also said the behavior was common knowledge. Now, of course, Mariah Carey and, Katy Perry, friends, spoke out in her defense, but that's the point. They were friends. Let me give you an example. In August of 2020, Mariah Carey was on the show. There were a lot of pregnancy rumors, and Ellen pushed her to drink champagne on air, which forced her to reveal her pregnancy when she wasn't ready. Ellen knew she was pregnant. Or there's even what happened to Dakota Johnson when she was on. Ellen goes, "You didn't invite me to your 30th birthday party." And Johnson replied, "Well, actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited." And so the rest of the interaction was very awkward. So what was the next thing that happened to Ellen? Well, here we are years later after she was canceled. She tried to do the stand-up thing. It didn't work. She got picked up by Netflix, you guys. And the name of it is For Your Approval. Now, she says that this is going to be her last thing. I'm going to answer questions everyone is asking me. Yes, this is my last special. She said that after this Netflix special, she is done. She said she will not be returning to movies or the stage or anything else. Would she play Dory in another Finding Nemo? She said, no, I'm going bye-bye, we're done. So what's the next thing now? Well, to keep her name, this is what people do. She suddenly had to come out and announce to everybody that she has received a triple diagnosis of OCD, ADHD, and osteoporosis. I could disintegrate at any moment is the name of the headlines. Why she feels the need to do this? Well, my guess is she'd like to get some sympathy from people, because the only person who's really stood by her is her wife, Portia, and maybe Meghan Markle. And you know what they say, you are the company you keep. I think Ellen DeGeneres on some level is tone deaf, just like Meghan Markle. Let me explain. During COVID, she put out some sort of a message saying that being forced to stay at home was like being in jail. Really? She was in one of her 4 mansions with a pool and a hot tub, like a 30,000 square foot house. People were like, are you serious? She's so out of touch with everybody else. And she had this persona of, I'm so nice. But of course, it all came crumbling down because of these allegations. Now she's putting out stories about, I no longer use Botox. I no longer use fillers. Who cares? This is my point. They put out these puff pieces because they want her to stay in the news. They don't want you guys to forget about her. So this is where we go back to Meghan Markle. This is where she comes back into all of this. First of all, Harry's tour has totally been hijacked by Meghan because she insisted her employees speak out on her behalf, in this whole big splashy magazine, US magazine. So to fight back, Meghan has gotten a very carefully culled set of current and former employees to speak, to describe her as the best boss ever. Essentially, Meghan has hijacked Harry's tour. Instead of doing a pap walk, she's just hijacked it by, trying to fight her bullying allegations. And so nobody's paying attention to Harry. Here's a perfectly good example. Here's a puff piece while Harry's in Africa. Lindsay Jo Roth reflects on love, friendship with Meghan Markle, and the 250 questions that led her to the one. She is pushing herself, pushing a book that she's written that she's trying to promote. But while she's at it, she throws Meghan's name in there. What makes them think that anybody gives a crap about her friendship with Meghan? Let me tell you who cares. Meghan. She is trying to improve her image, and this is how she's taking over Harry's tour. This is why you're not hearing much about Harry. He is currently in a small mountain village of Lesotho where Simpsonville is currently located. Nobody's really talking much about him. The charity is in Lesotho and Botswana and supposedly has, in an organization that supports children and young people that are having, various issues due to HIV. Simpsonville apparently means don't forget me in Lesotho language. And it was established in the honor, of course, Princess Diana. Not going to lie, we've already heard that there are some issues with this. There's been some allegations of missing money. I'm not going down that rabbit hole right now. I do think it's a great charity if it's run correctly. But again, it's being used to push the PR narrative of Harry and push Diana. Oh, it's in Diana's name. It's Diana, Diana, Diana. Oh, God, save us. Do I think that Harry brought a camera crew with him? Yup, I do. I'm sure we'll be seeing lots of photos and videos. Really quickly, a blind item came out claiming that Meghan had lunch with a woman who runs a surrogate agency. Something doesn't sound right there. All right, you guys, you know what to do. Hit the like and the subscribe button and then go down into the description box where you'll find the link to video number 2. Follow me over. Let's go.